I am Lamont at Large. Today I'm at the Forrest Lawn Cemetery here in Glendale, California. We're gonna check out some famous graves. So this here is George Burns with his wife here, Gracie Allen. They were a very, very famous comedic duo way back in the day, I believe the 40s. They were famous for a long, long time. And I know George Burns because, well, when I was a kid, I used to watch the Johnny Carson show, and he was on there quite a bit. He also did stand-up comedy. If you have never seen him before, of course, his signature look, if you would be constantly he would be smoking that big, huge cigar. So that's where I remember him from. And up until his death, he was still performing. He actually performed in Australia about a month before he died. And his career kind of waned a little bit, but he got popular in the 80s with the three movies, Oh God, where he, of course, played God in that movie, or those movies, excuse me. So, ladies and gentlemen, Gracie Allen and George Burns together again. Okay guys, this here is Larry Fine. You may not know his name, but you definitely know him from the Three Stooges. This is Larry. I watched the Three Stooges as a kid, reruns of course. Moe, Larry, Curly, Shemp, and Joe. I never really accepted Joe as a Three Stooge. Anyways, this guy, along with the Stooges, one of the funniest TV shows ever of all time, a fantastic comedian, physical comedy was his specialty. Here's a fun fact. Larry and Moe actually didn't get along in real life, and Larry said in interviews that he felt that during the stunts with him and Moe, that Moe would take it to another level and really hit him, and they just never got along, but they were very, very successful. Larry wasn't the best with money. As much money as he made as an actor with the Three Stooges, a lot of times he was really just too giving. A lot of people knew that if you ever wanted to borrow money from Larry, he would never say no. And that left them almost broke. But they had a kind of a revitalization to their career in the 70s. They had a TV show with a cartoon, and they would do some kind of acting and bit parts in that TV show. So they had their careers did have a resurgence here in the 70s. But a true comedic legend in every sense of the word. This is Larry Fine. Rest in peace, sir. I enjoy watching Three Stooges still to this day. If you guys ever want to go on YouTube, there's plenty of episodes uploaded there. Mary E. Wells, 1943 to 1992, Our Loving Mother. This is Mary Wells. It's a good chance that if maybe you were with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, sitting in the car making out, and you were listening to the oldie station, there is a very good chance that her music came through the radio as two lovers were kissing on a mountaintop overlooking the city. She sang this song, My Guy. She sang Two Lovers, and she sang that song, You Beat Me to the Punch. You beat me to the punch. Oh, ho, ho, ho. You beat me. Sorry, guys, I'm a horrible singer, but just dropping a little bit of science of who this lady was. Her songs will go down in history just as great, great music. I'm sure a lot of us were born to our parents, listening to that song on, a romantic night. Mary Wells, she was signed to Motown Records at the age of 16. By that time she signed to them, it was already a label that was kind of going down, but nevertheless, Berry Gordy signed her, and she was quite the entertainer. She toured with the Beatles She opened up for them at some of their dates when they would play overseas. And sadly, she died of larynx cancer at the age of 49. She was a 2-pack-a-day smoker. And towards the end of her life, she would do cancer fundraisers and bringing light to the fact that, you know, smoking does kill. But nevertheless, just a great singer. Her music is, I mean, they're going to be playing her songs on the radio for the next 1,000 years. So rest in peace to Mary Wells, just one of America's great singers and the world. So this year's Jose de Vega Jr. He was an actor. His most famous role was probably that of Chino from the film and Broadway versions of West Side Story. He was also a television character actor. Some of his television roles include Dynasty, Mission Impossible, Heart to Heart, and Bonanza. Okay, so here is a very famous singer, Natalie Cole. She is the daughter of Nat King Cole. He was a very, very famous singer back in the olden days. She was actually a med student before she pursued a career in singing. I was very surprised to hear when she died. She died on December 31st, 2015. She died of congestive heart failure. If you don't know her music, she had a duet with her father who had died previously, Unforgettable. So it was a very, very famous song. And she had her own hits. Her biggest hit by herself was An Everlasting Love. And very, very good singer. And I have the pleasure of showing her stone, a very beautiful stone, for a very beautiful woman. Rest in peace to Natalie Maria Cole. And as we walk away from the lovely Miss Cole, we here look at a blank piece of grass. So you're probably wondering, well, why am I showing you guys a blank piece of grass? Well, this is where Joe Jackson, father of Michael Jackson and Tito and Marlon and Randy and Jackie and Jermaine, LaToya, Rebe, Janet, all the Jacksons. This is where the patriarch is, Joe Jackson. He does not have a stone, but he is buried, it says online, 7713, so he would be right here. There's no stone for him. I don't know why. Could possibly be he wasn't very popular with the Jackson clan, but all the bad things you might have heard about Joe Jackson and the things he did, him being, you know, a very stern father, might even say abusive. Needless to say, if there was no Joe Jackson, there wouldn't be Michael Jackson, and there wouldn't be Janet and all the rest, and there wouldn't be such great music on the planet. So who am I to shake my finger at somebody and their parenting skills? But yeah, this is where he's at, Court of Freedom. The legendary Joe Jackson, stern disciplinarian. Maybe he took it too far, but you know, whatever you might think about him, he raised his family, and I guess he did a pretty damn good job about it, even though a lot of people would think differently about how to rear children. But ladies and gentlemen, Joe Jackson. I guess at the end of the day, if there is no stone, that pretty much says it all, perhaps. Not particularly a famous grave, but I noticed this stone as I was walking by, so I thought I'd pay my respect to General Vang Pao. It is inscribed that General Vang Pao earned the title Phagna Noraporamak, or Lord of Protector of the Land, from His Majesty the King of Laos. From his military service and bravery, he led the U.S. secret war in Laos and fought alongside the U.S. during the Vietnam War. For his leadership, he is known as one of the greatest heroes in Southeast Asia. He will always be remembered as the father who emphasized the importance of education and freedom, and the leader who led the generations of Hmong people to a life of prosperity in America and Laos. We will honor and revere you for all eternity. We cannot thank you enough for your love and dedication. Farewell, our beloved father and noble leader. Let me be born a Hmong again so we can love each other all as we did during my lifetime. A very beautiful stone and very beautiful and encouraging words for a man, a military man. Regardless of the country he served, he is still a military man and garners my respect. And he is buried next to his wife here, Mae Song Vang. A nurse, a pioneer, a mother, a grandmother, and a magnificent female role model who devoted her entire life to help others. She was the kindest of all mothers. With her gentlest heart, softest voice, and sweetest smile, she wrapped all colors of life and gave it to us as a gift. She will be forever in our hearts. Guys, this channel isn't just about famous people. Of course, you know very well we're all God's children at the end of the day, and we all have a story to tell. Okay, guys, that was a quick tour of the Forrest Lawn Cemetery here in Glendale, California. Show some famous graves. Lots of famous people are buried here in Southern California. Anyways, I am Lamont at large, live but not live, but I'm still alive by the grace of God. Thank you for watching. I always appreciate it. Peace out.